Hi there everyone, my name is Daniel Roby and I am one of your co-program directors for SKC's virtual summer camp experience, and I'm so excited to be able to present to you a Scoutmaster moment for me. So when I was first starting to think about what I wanted to share with you, the very first thing that popped into my head was the Scout Law. It's one of the things that we want to be thinking about as frequently as possible and that we can continually be growing in. And I started to think about the words that I don't think about quite as often. I personally really latch on to helpful and friendly and kind, and those are the words that I think I can live best in my life. But some of the words that I don't think about that often are thrifty and brave. And I think that those are two really interesting words to put into our law. And it got me thinking about what those two words might look like together. So we know that thrifty means that we have a certain amount of resources and we're going to try to get the absolute most that we can out of that. Whether that means that we don't have a lot of money to work with, or if you have few people to help you out, or if it's the actual stuff, if you don't have enough books to learn from. How do we overcome those challenges? And then we have bravery, which is us gathering our courage and making sure that we're doing the right thing, even if it's not always the easy thing. When I think about those two words, at first I was trying to challenge myself to see how they go together, and I think I have something interesting that I'd like to share with you today. So I was thinking about my life and my experiences in scouting, and I think that everything that we do starts from a goal. So what do you want out of scouting? What do you want out of your life? And I was thinking back to my trail to Eagle and the bumpy road that was and everything I had to do to get there. And I think one really great question that we have is, how do we create these goals for ourselves? And a lot of times you're going to hear grown-ups and role models saying things like, our goals, they should be doable, or they should be realistic. You may even hear things like SMART goals as an acronym. And those are incredibly important, don't get me wrong. You want to make sure that what you're doing is feasible. But one of the most important things that I got a chance to learn through scouting was that it's really important to bring that bravery into your goal setting and to try for those really big dreams. We have a lot of power as scouts and as people, and we can do a lot of amazing things, but it has to start somewhere. You have to create a vision and a dream for yourself. So when you're thinking about your resources, whether they're limited or not, you have to be thrifty. So if you don't have that many people around you, who can you ask for help? The very first thing that comes to my mind thinking about all this stuff is an Eagle Scout project. We all think about those all the time. You have to come up with a goal, you have to find a way to fundraise something to help you get there, and you have to do something that's good for the community. And a lot of the times when I'm helping scouts start to brainstorm what they want to do for their Eagle Scout project, it's interesting to see the scale of the idea that they come up with. I've seen a lot of really amazing projects where people have redone playgrounds, or they've gone off and they've forged a new trail. And I've seen a lot of these ideas repeated again. And I think that they're really awesome projects. I, for one, love looking at a park and seeing something that a fellow Eagle Scout has done, and I know it was worth their time, incredibly worthwhile, and the community loved it. But for me, that wasn't a project that would have been something that I would have normally done in my regular life. And I wanted to make sure that my Eagle Scout project was a contribution to the community that I could be proud of and felt like it was mine. So I tried to think of some ideas that I'd never been seen before. Something that I'd not seen another scout do, or something I hadn't really seen done in the public eye yet. And so for me, I had a background where I was a huge bookworm. I loved my English classes, and I really enjoyed being in the theater. So I created this idea to get a whole bunch of books driven together, and we gave them away while we acted out some fairy tales for children. And I love this idea because it felt like something that I wanted to do, and I knew that it would be helpful after talking with my school's librarian. And I had nothing to go off of with that idea. I had never seen it done before. And that's a story that I want to give to you. Just because you haven't seen something been done before does not mean that it's impossible. You have so much that you can do, and there are so many exciting possibilities in your life. No matter how many or what kind of resources that you have, I'm encouraging you to be thrifty. Try to expand those boundaries outside of what you could have thought before. If you see a problem, think of a solution. Don't think about the challenges getting there yet. You do need smart and realistic goals, but you also need to be able to dream big and how you're going to solve them. So be brave with that. Whenever you have a problem, think big and dream, and then get to those realistic SMART goals. Having that is a skill and it's important, but make sure you never stop dreaming about all of the amazing things that you can do. I hope you take this advice and you start dreaming big and think about all of the awesome things that you can do on your own. I hope you have a wonderful evening.